it up first. They had me set up the stage.
Hello. How's everyone? You good?
So they have been super excited to talk to you. I already spoiled the surprise. They thought I was playing the guitar. I told them I was not. Although he winked at me, so it might have got me some action. Let's talk about you and this decade that you're about to walk into.
Yeah, 2020.
As a Grammy-nominated artist.
That's it, man. Well, I was Grammy nominated last year. This year, was on Burna Boy's album, which has been nominated, and then a remix of my song has been nominated. So not actually me.
Did you just say a remix of my song was nominated?
I guess. I don't know how it works. Okay.
Can we give this Grammy nomination a hand clap, please? So, because I like to be nosy in the people's business, where were you when you found out about these nominations? Like, were we in the loo? I've been brushing up. Oh my, y'all heard that? Were you in the loo? Were you having fish and chips?
The toilet, that's funny. Nah, I was in, when did this all, it's recently, yeah, like I was in Jamaica, I just come back from Jamaica. It's been the best, I've been on holiday.
Girl, it's 30 degrees here. Did you hear that? People was like, nice for you, lady.
This is my only coat, I didn't pack anything. Oh, do you know what, I hate the sound of my voice. Can you turn me down like a tiny bit? Sometimes really loud.
And you know what's funny? That I'm sitting here like, I love her voice. I don't know how many accents I've tried to have over the years.
That's a good one.
It's the one I use.
Can you like hear me? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, now back to you getting these nominations and how that feels. Like, I'm not an artist, but I have to think that after writing and putting all yourself out there and being very transparent, to be recognized for your work with a Grammy nod.
It is a bit mad. Like I don't write stuff for awards and stuff. Like, but then to be noticed for things is quite bad. Yeah. I'm so rubbish at explaining. Like I say this all the time. I can't talk. I write songs. I don't talk. You know, as you can see.
We're gonna get to what that voice do. Don't you worry about it. Thanks. So I got to see Queen and Slim over the weekend. Go see that. Why was the first thing I thought about in the midst of watching it? Blue Lights and how I wanted that song to be.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never seen Queen and Slim?
No, sorry.
How long are you in town, girl?
Just today.
We going to the movies after this. I gotta move my car first, I might get towed. But it is a story that centers around a first date that goes off the cliff during a traffic stop. And you would have to see it to understand how your song speaks to that. Not only that, when I saw the video for Blue Lights and just reading the lyrics, it reminded me of how much more we're alike than we are different. Sitting in America, I might think that you would never even think of the headlines that I think that we deal with here. Why was it important for you to put those feelings, the things that you saw, to pen and paper and then to release it?
So there's a number of things why I wrote Blue Lights. I wrote Blue Lights when I was 17, and I was studying. I was in media, and I was looking at police versus grime music because in England there's this form called the Form 696. I'm not sure if it's like I left school like 5 years ago, so I can't remember if it's still like a thing. I don't think it is, but it was this form which was basically a racist form that would close down like events if they're playing like grime music or garage, just because of the people that would come to the audience would be mainly black boys, young boys, so they'd close all these events down. So I was looking, I did this like little documentary, it's called Police vs. Grime, and I interviewed loads of kids that were from like 11 to 17 at school, mostly black boys, and I asked them what do you think of the police, and they'd always be like, I hate the police, you know, they're always after us. And these are like 11-year-old kids, and I'm like, what have we done? And I'm like, nothing, but they're always on to us, we always have to watch out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Another thing, because in the song, I talk about acid, about a tool, so I'm talking about a knife. I wrote this song based on my two friends from back home, and one time, one of them left their pouch at my house. And I'm nosy like you, and I looked in the bag, and there was this knife, and I opened it, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know how to close it. I googled how do I close this, and I wiped it because I was like, oh, this is scary. Put it back. Never ever told him until like recently. I was like, you know, I wrote this song about you guys. And they were like, but anyhow, so that was one thing. So that's why I based this story on the two boys, because I'm talking about two boys. And then another thing, like I don't really watch the news that much, but me and my dad, he'd always be watching it, and you know, we'd see another black man that's been shot by the police in America, like it would be on the TV all the time. And then my dad was saying like, nothing's changed, blah blah blah. And then yeah, I just wrote it based on everything that I been thinking about. Yeah.
Did you know that people would respond to it like they did?
No. And do you know, one of my friends hit me up and he was like, some of his friends in prison, like, they listened to it and it, like, really helped them and stuff. And I was like...
I mentor kids and I've played it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, how does she know how we feel? I was like, she got eyes, she ain't dumb.
That's the thing, I like observing. I mean, I can write from my own experiences, but some things I like I used to write stories, so I like taking in, I like conversations and like writing about things that I hear about. Like, I can't speak for everything, I can only speak on what I know, what I've seen, and so yeah, so I guess you get that from me.
Now, I love the fact that you mentioned your dad. You posted something that was like, hey y'all,
yeah,
my dad.
Twitter's disgusting. Sorry, I don't know, like, I never even speak about it. I don't even use Twitter. Like, I stopped typing my name in Twitter like 3 years ago and I haven't typed it in since, but it's absolutely disgusting. Some guys are horrible on Twitter. You look nasty.
Well, they're horrible in real life sometimes.
Yeah, in real life, it's both.
Unfortunately. Is it true that your dad reads everything that people post?
Yeah, my brother texted me because he saw what I posted. He was like, I keep telling Dad to stop it. He's like, I keep telling him to stop doing it. He was really like goofy because he searched me on Twitter, but he's trying to look for good stuff, but then he sees all that other stuff and I'm like, I wouldn't want to see anyone talking about my daughter like that. But anyhow, people, I don't know if people don't become real or something, that they can just say weird stuff. It's really weird. I don't know. It's really weird.
Has that been a hard thing to deal with, from sharing music and nobody really knowing who you are, to sharing it and now here's these billions of people with opinions on how you should look, breathe, eat, dress? How do you deal? Like, I can only imagine what it's like for us on a day-to-day basis. We might get it from a couple folks, couple hundred, couple thousand.
I was thinking about this the other day. I wrote it in a song because before, when I was writing songs and stuff, all I'd care about is like my mum and my dad's opinion. You know, that I'd just write my songs up in my room and then come downstairs and I'd play it to my dad and my dad would be like, can't hear a chorus in that, try again. I'd write it again, come back down, and then he'll be like, it sounds better. I'm like, yeah, fine. But I wrote it anyway. You didn't actually write, you just told me to change something. So, cool. But now I've got like loads of people watching me. All you guys. And it's scaring me. No, I'm kidding. Nah, do you know, I don't read stuff. I'm really like, I think I'm like my dad, like, I don't, like, someone's always got something to say about you, whether it's bad or good, but the more people know you, the more people are going to say things about you, so it's all just a balance, I don't know. Loads of people say really good things about me, and some people will have bad opinions. It's fine. It's just life, I don't know, you just get on with it. I just don't, one thing is don't read comments. Comments are just, don't. Because I don't know, I'm not the type of person to comment on stuff, so I'm just like, what? I'm like, why are you going to type that?
You know what, I asked you?
It'd be nice.
Because people look up to you, and I'm sure there are people in this audience right now that are dealing with people saying some not so nice things, and if you get lost in those comments, my mother always says that. As a chunky girl in a world where everybody assumes that everybody is smaller than the people I see every day, she was like, if you get lost in the comments, you'll miss out on all this life happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was curious as to how you deal with all these eyes and all these opinions and not allowing it to affect you and you still shine.
Well, I think you have to realise that social media is not real. It's really not real. Like, even for me, I post like, I know like on my Instagram, like I always post like just what I'm doing and stuff. Everything just looks great all the time. I mean, life's great, but sometimes I'm sad and stuff, but I've never been one to like put that stuff online, but it would help probably people if people were going through similar things as me to see stuff like that. But that's why I put it in my songs. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, I'm getting back to your question. You asked me how to... It's
okay, just talk to me. We're going to take all... everything you want to serve us today, Jorja, we're going to take.
Oh, and by like, you know, I've never actually done this stuff before. Today's the first day I've actually like sat in front of loads of people and done an interview, and I don't actually like doing interviews. But I enjoy this.
We appreciate you being here. I just feel like we're going to talk about the album. We're going to talk about the single. I want to know how you and Burna Boy hooked up, how you collaborate. But I also want people to know that you are a real, live, breathing person with feelings and emotions.
I'm literally the same as everyone else, you know. So when some people meet me, they cry, and I think, what the I think I'm just me. Like, oh, it's a bit bad.
Does that blow your mind when you meet somebody and they're like, I listened to that song, and you changed my life?
Yeah, because I just think, I mean, I know me, and so I just know what I'm like. It's just me.
Well, you are an amazing person. I fell in love with you after I heard your song with Kendrick on the Black Panther soundtrack. I was like, well, who is this? Google it. is your friend for more than how to do like a shadow eye and some other stuff. I found out about you, and it was awesome to read. Do you have like a checklist for people that you collaborate with? Because you bridge between a lot of different people, a lot of different genres, and I like that. Like, was there a checklist? Like, no, they need to be ready to or willing to? Is there a setting that you need to kick out some real dope sugar, honey, iced tea?
I swore. Did I not swear earlier?
I almost swear.
Sorry, right.
I cuss like a
swear
sailor when I'm not on air.
I swear a lot. This is not live, so it's cool. You can take it out.
Well, kind of. No, I'm joking.
Take that part. You can take that. Okay. Anyway, do you know a lot of the features that I've done and the collaborations I've done with people, they've all been, nothing's been planned. It's all just kind of like I've been hit up and like, oh, do you want to work with me? Do you want to do this? So yeah, my one thing I would love to have a song with Rihanna. That's like, I want to put that into the atmosphere. I say that all the time. I really want.
I'm gonna buy you your first house if you haven't already. If you can get Rihanna to give me some more music before anything else. Can we make that a trending topic? Can y'all pull out your phones real quick before we get to this performance? Everybody pull out your phone and go to your favorite social media platform. We're about to make a song with Rihanna and Jorja Smith a reality. And I want people to remember when we did this. We're gonna all tweet her together. We about to do this. Get your phones out, because I'm gonna say, everybody got their phones up. Don't be too cute. You be tweeting your sandwiches in your shoes. We need this record. Everybody got their phone out? Yeah. We gonna pretend like we. If you could possibly collab with anyone, who would you love to collaborate with in the new decade?
I'd love to write a song with Rihanna.
Ooh.
I'd love to work with Rihanna.
We would love to see that.
Yeah.
Rihanna, I know you're a fan of The Village, so let's make this happen. Everybody wants to put your phones down. I'll tell you how to tag her and everything. Make sure you hashtag Be Honest, hashtag off the side. We about to get this poppin'. I believe in everything dope, and I know that we have more power when we put our Wonder Twins together and activate it. So if you want to, I wish I had a twin.
So when's your birthday?
January 25th. I wear a size 8 shoe. I like bacon, chocolate, tattoos, and beards. I mean, she know people. Listen! I'm gonna have to get on her live. Mama might have a new baby by saying no.
I thought you said twins, because I'm a Gemini. I thought you were talking about stuff.
Well, we were gonna get to that too, but I mean, we can talk about it.
Are you Aquarius?
I am an Aquarius.
My best friend's an Aquarius.
We are the best friend of everybody. Now, Wale has a song, Gemini, talks about y'all two sides. Do you think that you have two sides, and if I asked your best friend, would they tell me, what are you two? Is it a good and a bad, a great and an awesome, or oh my God, and her?
I don't even know how to describe it. I think you just describe him if you know me. I don't know. I'm just me.
Do we believe that? No, not at all. But management in the back, so we gonna play along, because we don't want her to get in trouble when she not here with us no more. So before we let us hear what all the fuss is about, what are 3 words that best describe you? And, because I love to be nosy, what are 3 things that we wouldn't know about you just from looking at you and the music you've given us so far? Boom! 3 words that best describe you.
I write, like I said, I write songs. I don't talk. I don't know what to say. 3 words. I'm looking at Carol, so you're just gonna give me some words. Nope.
Can't nobody give you no words.
I think I'm trying to sell myself here. I'm a nice person.
Girl, your album sold you. Let's go.
I think I'm honest. I'm just me. I don't want to describe anything.
So, tell us something we wouldn't know about you from looking at you. Would it be easier if I shared something?
I'm massive control freak.
You? Like you're trying to control this interview? Oh my God, girl, go. What else? I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, like I'm OCD about everything. I have to have a plan. Like I get sad if I'm like late. Like if I'm late for something, I'm like I've cried before when I miss trains. I don't catch trains anymore, but when I used to, I used to cry.
Humble brag. Before I got my project jets.
I haven't got one of those yet. No, before. Yeah, when I used to catch trains, I used to get really sad if I missed one, even though one was going to come like a minute later. But I definitely worked up a sweat for doing that. What else don't you know about me? Friends, anything that you really want to know about me?
I love how y'all are all looking the other way.
I can't sleep when it's light.
What? Like light outside?
Yeah, like when I see light, I wake up. Look, I'm trying to tell you
Well,
things that
sometimes I do too. Well,
how interesting.
anybody else wake up with the lights? I just
What I mean is like, you know when it's, say if your curtains, like if there's a tiny crack open in my curtain, I'll wake up. If there's light, I can't sleep. How about
y'all
that?
nodding?
See? You know what I mean? I won't, if there's like a light on outside, like if there's street lights, I have to make sure the curtain's fully cut. This is so boring. Like,
Actually, you'd be surprised.
Sorry,
Young Curls over here was like, she tapped her girlfriend like, oh my God, yes. See what I was telling you last night? That crack girl.
Okay, one more thing.
You can be honest. This is a safe space.
Well, okay, this is one thing that I'm joking. I was trying to be funny and stall just to figure out what else. My feet are size 5, UK. But that's UK. That's not interesting.
It is because they look a little bit bigger in real life.
No, they're 5 UK. My feet look big.
No.
The ankle's showing as well.
I think I know exactly the best way for you to express the things that you are trying to stall and not tell us now. Are you ready to share the gift that is the gift that
Let's
is
just
you?
do that. That's better.
Are y'all ready for a performance? First time doing this for an audience like